And this plays 2 to 4 players and takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play. And this is an area control game that takes place in an alternate universe where competing tribes have evolved alongside different ground-living birds. And players will be able to choose to play as these different tribes associated with birds like pheasants, quails, grouse, or capercaillies. And of course, with each tribe associated with a different bird, each of them come with their own special abilities. The game features a modular board made up of triangular pieces that, as you piece them together, will form different paths and create different areas for different resource tokens. And among these different tokens are different puzzle pieces that players will be trying to slot into 9 spots on their board in order to complete a puzzle, because the more that they complete, the more victory points they will get at the end of the game. The players can also gain victory points for having more birds in play, building different outposts, and completing different parts of their tech tree. I mentioned that each tribe has its own special ability that you start out with by default, but a really neat aspect to this game is that you actually get 2 different types of bird meeples with each tribe, and you'll be able to assign a special ability to each of those from a larger pool of abilities that you can just choose from if you are able to pay the cost. This allows players to get any ability in the game and then associate it with one of their bird meeples. Players are each going to start out with just 1 nest out on the board, but then players are going to be using the actions on their turn to explore, build outposts in order to claim and gather resources, expand to create new nests where they can pay to deploy more birds, or they can pay resources to develop different technologies, unlocking locations on their player board, and these can do different things like improving your income, attack, or defense. And a battle is initiated anytime that a player moves into an enemy bird, an enemy nest, or an enemy outpost. And the way that battling works in this game is that players will be simultaneously revealing as many of their attack and defense cards as they want, and players each start with a set number of each of these, and they are only one-time use throughout the entire game. And of course, this means that you'll want to be very strategic when it comes time to use them, but players will also each roll a die and then add that value to their card, so there always is a little bit of an aspect of luck here as well. So if you've already used all your cards, you can just pray to roll a 6. And the end of the game can be triggered by any player at any time, just so long as they've completed those 9 pieces of their puzzle and have developed at least 2 techs. And once the end of the game is triggered, you add up all the victory points from your puzzle pieces completed, birds you have in play, the number of outposts and completed techs that you've built, and the player with the most